The General Hospital recap features Esme Prince feeling sheer relief to have her baby in her arms again, and Spencer and Laura by her side. In this episode, Esme Prince took her baby home from General Hospital to Laura and Kevin's place. Trina let her parents know she was ready to take a DNA test to see who fathered her, as Curtis got an intriguing offer. Tracy let Brooke Lynn know what quid pro quo she wanted from her as Chase settled into work at the Port Charles Police Department. Maxie convinced Sasha to take a major step. And finally, Selena allowed Gladys and Cody into another high-stakes poker game. Now let's dig a little deeper into the details. Laura, Jenny Francis, called Esme Avery Kristen Pohl and told her to get down to the hospital to see Ace as Spencer, Nicholas Alexander Chavez, spent more time bonding with the baby in an exam room. After Laura brought Spencer a lollipop, he admitted Esme had every right to come see her son, but was not happy when she burst in the door and grabbed the baby. Esme was grateful for everyone's help in taking care of Ace, including Trina's, Tabiana Ali. When Ace was finally given a clean bill of health by Austin Roger Howarth, Laura, Esme, and Spencer left for home while Trina and her family looked on. When Trina reunited with Portia, Brooke Kerr, she told her she would never have made it back safely if Spencer wasn't there for her. Curtis, Donald Turner, interrupted before Portia could say anything against Spencer, but Trina then asked to talk to Taggart, Rel Andrews, alone. She told her dad she wanted to take a DNA test to see who biologically fathered her. She didn't want secrets anymore, plus seeing Spencer with Ace made her understand how important family was. Portia and Curtis had a few moments alone in which Portia thanked him for rescuing Trina, but the WSB agent who Scott summoned last week interrupted them. He took Curtis aside and offered him a job as a WSB asset. Curtis said liked his job owning and running the Savoy but agreed to think about it. Tracy, Jane Elliott, reminded Brooke Lynn, Amanda Seton, that she owed her a favor for helping Chase, Josh Spickard, get his job back. Oddly enough, that favor was getting her old job back at Deception. BLQ insisted that wasn't what she wanted as a career, but Tracy didn't care and insisted that Brooke Lynn do it anyway and keep her eyes and ears open at research and development. Tracy refused to tell BLQ why she wanted to know what the next big thing would be. After Tracy reminded her that Chase might learn the truth about what she did, BLQ had no choice but to agree to Tracy's demands. To prove she was willing to rat out her granddaughter, Tracy called a curious Chase and suggested they have lunch. After the call, Brooke Lynn finally agreed to work at Deception again. Chase was also thrilled to be welcomed back to work at the PCPD, with applause and a standing ovation. Dominic Zamprogna, happily gave him a full caseload, including the Cody bracelet case. Chase didn't seem to believe that Cody was the culprit. Neither did Dante, who didn't think Cody would hurt Sasha like that. The subject soon turned to Brooke Lynn, and Chase admitted that sometimes a person does the wrong thing for the right reasons. Perhaps both Cody and Brooke Lynn were examples of that. Sasha, Sophia Matson, couldn't believe that Maxie, Kirsten Storms, wanted her to appear on the Home and Hearth channel again after having a mental breakdown on live TV last year. Sasha was ready to say no when Maxie stepped in and told her that she'd never forgive herself if she didn't take a leap of faith and do this. After more coaxing, Sasha was ready to agree, but Gladys, Bonnie Burrows, stepped in as her guardian and said no. As Sasha listened to Maxie and Gladys argue, Sasha made her own decision. She was going to go on TV and take charge of her own life. She also hoped to be a help and inspiration to other women watching. Cody, Josh Kelly, and Selena Lydia Look met up at the Savoy, where he asked to get in on her latest poker game, but she was disgusted with him for allegedly stealing that bracelet and getting caught. Cody claimed innocence, but Selena didn't buy it, so he insisted that Gladys set him up. Gladys soon showed up and told Selena to get rid of Cody, so she just threatened to get rid of them both. After some hemming and hawing, Selena finally agreed to give them both a place at the poker table. General Hospital spoilers reveal shocking news, big decisions, tense reunions, and so much more. You won't want to miss a moment of this exciting new episode. Willow's, Caitlin McMullen, words apparently have a big effect on Michael, Chad Duell. She begged him to delete that video and give up his vendetta against his father, and Michael finally agrees. Maybe seeing how sick Willow still is forces him to realize how precious life is and how you should not waste it with hate. However, he has to break the news to Dex, Evan Hofer, who wonders what the last year working for both Michael and Sonny, Maurice Bernard, has been for. He did the job Michael wanted him to do, and it was all for nothing. What will Dex do now, and how will he get himself out of his new situation as Sonny's right-hand man? He can't exactly tell Sonny the truth, can he? Meanwhile, Sonny is still heavily involved in this pikeman deal and wants to pull Dex in more. Nana, Cynthia Watros, remains a nervous wreck, worried about Willow, and worried that someone may learn she is the one who made sure the SEC knew about Carly, Laura Wright, and Drew's, Cameron Matheson, insider trading. GA spoilers say she weighs her options as she lays it all on the table with Ava, Maura West. Can she keep this a secret and pray nobody ever finds out what she did, or does she tell the truth and let the chips fall where they may? Both Sonny and Willow may never forgive her, and then she will have lost everything. However, Willow knows where keeping a major secret got her the last time. While Willow preps for her transplant and spends time in isolation, she cannot have any visitors, but Jocelyn, Eden McCoy, stops by anyway to see her through the window and talk to her via a hospital phone. Willow's bone marrow donor is happy to be back in Port Charles safely so she can make sure that her new niece lives. It turns out Scott, Kin Schreiner, is very happy too, because GH spoilers say he is relieved to see his schnitzel. Will Liesel, Kathleen Gaddy, finally see it's time to forgive Scott for helping Elizabeth? General Hospital spoilers reveal a sad and tragic day in Port Charles filled with tender memories of Epiphany Johnson. Elizabeth, Rebecca Herbst, could not understand why Epiphany, Sonia Eddy, didn't return any of her texts and messages while touring Johns Hopkins Medical School. She thought she would at least have sent a letter of support to the ethics committee, and then feared that maybe Epiphany didn't want to talk to her after hearing what she did with Nicholas, Adam Huss, and Esm Avery Kristen Pold. Then, the news she never thought she would hear arrived during a time of celebration of Cam's, William Lipton, acceptance to Stanford University. Epiphany passed away, and everyone knew that GH would never be the same again. Both the show and the cast have been affected by Eddie's sudden death in December. Old friends and colleagues like Sonny, Maurice Bernard, Terry, Cassandra James, Felix, Mark Anthony Samuel, and Elizabeth gather at the hospital chapel to bid farewell to a person like no other. She touched so many lives during her time as the head nurse at GH, taking over from Elizabeth's own grandmother, Audrey Hardy, Rachel Ames. She was finally about to make her dreams of becoming a doctor come true, and her life was cut short. Marshall, Robert Gossett, is also heartbroken that the woman he was falling in love with is gone. Expect to see flashbacks of some of Epiphany's best moments during her time on the soap. She's been a mainstay since 2006. Epiphany was known for her show-stopping number at the Nurses' Ball, singing her signature number "You're Not Alone." With the Nurses' Ball starting any day now, you will see more Epiphany musical memories. Will we also see a tribute with someone else singing this beautiful song?